mighty hand around my heart. You may never read, but each one planted a healing seed. Through the scars, through the loss, through every heavy, painful cost, you are stronger than you know. And you're never alone. To the boy I was, it wasn't your fault. You were a soldier without the salt. They stole your innocence, carved you with lies. But look who rose when that child cried. You held the line, you bore the flame, and turned your torment into a sacred name. Steel is not forged without the fire, nor is purpose born without desire. And every fall I took in shame was God preparing me for Andrew's name. Now wear my pain like battle scars, armor etched beneath the stars. I wrote you letters you may never read, but each one planted a healing seed. Through the scars, through the loss, through every heavy, painful cost, you are stronger than you know. And you're never alone. So if you feel lost, if the nights are long, know your blood runs deep and your roots are strong. This world may twist and shadows may fall, but you were born with the strength to stand tall. From my voice to your ears, let this truth begin. You were never broken, you were born to win. So I pass this armor, soul to soul, from father to son, to keep you whole. And when I leave this earth behind, remember our names forged in time. Lord of steel, son of flame, you are the echo that carries my name. I wrote you letters you may never read, but each one planted a healing seed. Through the scars, through the loss, through every heavy, painful cost, you are stronger than you know. And you're never alone. To the boy I was, to the man I became, to the child I now shield by his holy name. I am the Lord of steel, but you are the flame. You whisper in shadows, you hide in the night, thinking your secrets will stay out of sight. But the truth has a way of breaking through. What's done in the dark will come to view. What's done in the dark always comes to light. No matter how far you run or fight, the truth doesn't fade, it burns so bright. What's done in the dark will find the light. You build your walls, keep the world at bay. But lies can't hold the dawn's first ray. The whispers grow loud, the cracks will show. The seeds you've planted will surely grow. What's done in the dark always comes to light. No matter how far you run or fight, the truth doesn't fade, it burns so bright. What's done in the dark will find the light. A conscience can't rest with shadows near. It echoes your guilt, it feeds your fear. But grace is waiting, redemption's call. The light will cleanse and heal it all. No need to run, no need to hide. Face the truth and stand with pride. What's done in the dark, let it all be shown. For the light can heal what you've outgrown. What's done in the dark always comes to light. No matter how far you run or fight, the truth doesn't fade, it burns so bright. What's done in the dark will find the light. So step from the shadows, leave them behind. In the light, there's peace you'll find. The past is a lesson, the future is clear. In the glow of truth, there's nothing to fear. What's done in the dark always comes to light. No matter how far you run or fight, the truth doesn't fade, it burns so bright. What's done in the dark will find the light.
If you had just 7 days, would you change or would you stay the same? Would you chase dreams you left behind, or hold the ones you love one last time? Day one, I'm writing every name I know, every soul I've touched, every seed I've sown. I'd call them up, say I love you so, and thank them for the ways they've helped me grow. Step one, forgiveness, both given and received. Step two, remember, oh, I still believe. 7 days to live, what a gift, what a curse to give. Would you run, would you cry, would you finally forgive? 7 days to live, life feels so short when it's slipping like a sea. I'd count them one by one, see what's left to give. Day two, I'd walk the streets of my hometown, see the old park bench where we used to hang around. Step three, take pictures pictures of every single face. Step 4, remember how love feels in every place. I'd breathe the air like it's brand new. Every second's worth more when time's in view. Day 3, I'd take my family's hands and tell them my story so they understand. Step 5, I'd write them letters to keep so they'd feel me close every time they weep. I'd laugh through tears, make memories strong. Even with 7 days, life's a beautiful song. 7 days to live, what a gift, what a curse to give. Would you run, would you cry, would you finally forgive? 7 days to live, life feels so short when it's living like a scene. I'd count them one by one, see what's left to give. Day 4, I'd take the road I never drove. Find mountains and rivers, let my spirit roll. Step 6, watch sunsets I never took time for. Step 7, just listen to the ocean roar. Life's not measured in years we get, but in moments we hold and don't forget. Day 5, I'd forgive myself at last. Let go of the weight, the pain, and the past. I'd pray to God, thank Him for each breath, even the ones that brought me close to death. Step 8, I'd sing my favorite song out loud and dance barefoot under the stars and clouds. Day 6, I'd sit in silence for a while. Let the world slow down, let my heart just smile. I'd watch kids play, hear their laughter ring. It's the simple joys that make life sing. Step 9, I tell the truth, all I've ever hid, so they know who I am, not just what I did. 7 days to live, what a gift, what a curse to give. Would you run, would you cry, would you finally forgive? 7 days to live, 7 days to live. Life feels so short when it's slipping like a sieve. When it's slipping like a sieve, I count them one by one, see what's left to give. Day 7, I'd gather all I hold dear, pull them close, wipe away every tear. I tell them I'm ready, I've lived my best. Now it's time for my soul to finally rest. Step 10, I'd close my eyes, whisper good night, and thank this life for the beautiful fight. 7 days to live, what a gift, what a curse to give. Would you run, would you cry, would you finally forgive? 7 days to live, 7 days to live. Life feels so short when it's slipping like a sieve. When it's slipping like a sieve, I'd count them one by one, see what's left to give. If you had just 7 days, would you change or would you stay the same? Maybe time's too precious to wait. Live like it's 7 before it's too late. You mean sign up strong. You mean no give up. Spirit below. You mean strong more. Yeah. Hear the drum. Feel the call. This is the fight for your soul. The earth is shaking, mountains roar, the ocean's rising, waves on every shore. Hurricanes spin like a battle cry, but I lift my hand, I won't deny. They said the storms would take me down. Fate's my anchor, I stand my ground. Sing, sing below you, fight for your soul. War cry rising, making us whole. Storms they threw, now build my home. From the ashes we rise, never alone. Spirit war cry, drum beats roll. This is the battle for your soul. Sirens wail in the city streets. Violence echoes where children weep. Brothers turn cold, hearts grow numb, but I see the light, I won't succumb. My armor is faith, my shield is grace. I'll fight this war and take my place. I saved the rocks they threw at me, stacked them high, made a sanctuary, a house of spirit, a house of prayer. Through every trial, he's always there. Though the enemy whispers, tries to deceive, I walk in truth and I still believe. Sing, sing below you, fight for your soul. War cry rising, making us whole. Storms they threw, now build my home. From the ashes we rise, never alone. Spirit war cry, drum beats roll. This is the battle for your soul. From Gaza's pain to broken lands, quakes in the earth shake weary hands. Storms take homes, yet hope survives, because his light keeps us alive. The news may shout of fear and war, but we are called for something more. The night is long, but dawn will break. A kingdom built that none can shake. The blood of martyrs paved this way. Their spirit fights with us today. So raise your voice, let the nations hear. The power of love drives out the fear. I march with angels, I'm not afraid. The price was paid. darkness, we stand tall, for he has overcome it all.
Sing, sing, belong you. Fight for your soul. War cry rising, making us whole. Stones they threw, now build my home. From the ashes we rise, never alone. Spirit war cry, drum beats go. This is the battle for your soul.
Spirit, I strong. You mean don't give up. Drums of the earth, let the whole world know. Faith is the light that will never die. This is our spirit war cry. Child who never got to speak, for every wound they said was too deep. This is for the broken who became the brave, for every silent heart we fight to save. I remember those halls, the silence so loud, the shadow of fear that hung like a shroud. Saint Aloysius taught me pain and shame, but I broke those chains, I reclaimed my name. Years of silence, but I found my voice in the State House echo. I made my choice.
Rise for justice, stand and fight. We bring their secrets into the light. They try to erase, we rise in truth, we claim our place. No more silence, no more lies. This is our moment, our time to rise.
We walk those steps to the chamber floor, holding the dreams of 1,000 more. The gavel struck and the people cheered. For the first time ever the path was clear. The law is written but not yet done. The Senate must pass what we've begun. For every child they said would forget, for every tear that's been shed in regret, we fight for the ones who carry the pain. Their stories will not be lost in vain. This victory's ours, but the work goes on. We won't rest till the chains are gone.
Rise for justice, stand and fight. We bring their secrets into the light. For the ones they try to erase, we rise in truth, we claim our place. No more silence, no more lies. This is our moment, our time to rise.
The Play their games online in disguise, pretending to care with empty cries. But real change comes from the battle we face, not in drama threads, but in justice grace. We carry scars, but they light our flame. Our courage roars, they'll know our names. In the Senate halls, let our voices ring. For every survivor, let freedom sing. For the boy I was, for the man I am, I will not bow, I will make my stand. They took so much, but they won't take this. The power of truth, the weight of justice. This is the call, we won't back down. The world will know, we'll shake the ground. For every soul they tried to hide, we'll shine the light they can't deny. We'll heal these wounds, we'll right what's right. Together we'll march into the night. Rise for justice, stand and fight. We bring their secrets into the light. For the ones they try to erase, we rise in truth, we claim our place. No more silence, no more lies. This is our moment. To rise for justice, stand and fight. We bring their secrets into the light. For the ones they try to erase, we rise in truth, we claim our place. No more silence, no more lies. This is our moment. For St. Aloysius, for every tear, for every child who lived in fear. We broke the chains, we claim the sky. Together we rise, we will not die. Our voices thunder, our spirits soar. Justice will open every door. Rise for justice, stand and fight. We bring their secrets into the light. I've walked through fire, I've drowned in rain, carried guilt, swallowed shame. But through each tear, the truth remains. I'm still something the Lord made. Despite my flaws, despite my fall, He sees the child beneath it all. I ain't perfect, never claimed I was, but I'm covered in that crimson love. I am something the Lord made in His image. Though I've strayed, He knows my pain, He knows my fight. Still He calls me His delight. Through my sorrow, through my shade, I'm still something the Lord made. He makes no mistakes, not one misplaced breath. Even in darkness,
He whispers life from death. He knows the moments I tried to fade, still stood by me for my soul's at stake. I am something the Lord made, woven in truth through light and blade. He saw the boy lost deep inside, gave me strength, gave me pride. Through my storms, through every trade, I remain something the Lord made. There were days I yelled at the sky, why me, Lord? With no reply, but silence spoke, not to break me down, but to build me up on holy ground. Yes, I'm something the Lord made, carved from fire, not meant to fade. He knows my takes, the truth I hide, but still He walks right by my side. Through the trials, love never swayed. I believe I'm something the Lord made. Sometimes I write, sometimes I bleed. Through every verse I plan to see, from Andrew's letter to Lord of Steel, each word is proof that grace is real. I am something the Lord made, not by chance, not by trade. He knew my purpose, knew my name, before the tears, before the shame. Through the fire, I've been remade, forever something the Lord made. So when I'm gone and my song is sung, let them say where I came from, not just the pain or dues I paid, but He was something the Lord made. He knew my purpose, knew my name, before the tears, before the shame. Through the fire, I've been remade, forever something the Lord made. So when I'm gone and my song is sung, let them say where I came from, not just the pain or dues I paid, but He was something the Lord made. It's okay not to be okay. No shame in breaking down today.
Don't hide behind a painted smile. Let the tears fall for a while. I see the cracks behind your grin, the silent storms you're holding in. You wear your pain like armor tight, but even warriors need rest at night. You walk through crowds like a ghost in chains, drowning deep in silent pain. But every heartbeat in your chest is proof you're worthy, like all the rest. You are not alone, never were, never will be. Every soul needs a light when it's too dark to see. You're not meant to battle on your own. Reach out your hand, you are known. You matter to me, to us, to them. You are not alone. It's okay to fall, to scream, to cry, to ask the haunting question why. But don't believe the voice that lies. You're not a burden, you're a prize. There's power in a simple plea. I need someone to stand with me. And when you speak your truth out loud, you break the silence like a vow. You are not alone, never were, never will be. Every soul needs a light when it's too dark to see. You're not meant to battle on your own. Reach out your hand, you are known. You matter to me, to us, to them. You are not alone. We all have scars, we all have fears. We've all been shattered through the years, but love still finds us even when we've lost our will to start again. So don't give up, don't disappear. Your voice is something we need here. You bring a light the world has missed. A soul like yours deserves to exist. You are not alone, never were, never will be. Every soul needs a light when it's too dark to see. You're not meant to battle on your own. Reach out your hand, you are known. You matter to me, to us, to them. You are not alone. So breathe, my friend, just take your time. You're part of this grand, fragile design. No matter what the shadows say, it's okay not to be okay. We stand in the shadows, but our eyes see all. We rise when the weak can't answer the call. Men like us don't break, we don't.
I'm going to get back to the music in a little bit, but I wanted to take a brief moment here. One, I'm going to replay a video that Katie played because I really believe that the video is important for people to understand just a little bit more about me. But before we do that, I wanted to do something for SDA. We come before you with hearts heavy, and it's always full of faith. And one of the greatest expenses of loving somebody is losing them, and it's the hardest thing for a family to ever have to go through. And we ask God to lift SDA and her family as they walk through this battle with cancer. Lord, you are a great healer. But sometimes you need to call angels home. And while we may not understand why you're taking the ones that we love away from us, our faith in you gives us the strength to carry on. Please give her courage every day and hope for tomorrow. Rest with your promises and wrap her family in your protection and love. Strengthen them and stand together with them in faith. Bless her hands and keep her in your loving embrace. Let your light shine through every moment of darkness and remind SDA, as the song did that just played, that she is never alone. And you aren't, SDA. You aren't alone. I know it can feel that way. And we want to shove sometimes everybody away because we're in just so much pain. Please reach out, talk, email, phone, whatever it takes. But you're not alone. Lord, we trust in your mercy and we declare your healing power over her body and her soul. May your presence fill their home, bringing them comfort and joy and renewed hope, even in the midst of this storm. We ask this in Jesus' mighty name as we pray. Thank you and amen. Every year for a decade, I've had to relive every horrible thing that was ever done to me as a child. And when you tell your stories online, if you've made enemies, they like to use your story as a weapon to try to hurt you. Years ago, it was done with my suicide attempt. People wanted to make light of it because I was living a lifestyle beyond my means. Prior to the military, my wife and I owned our own storage facility, and we made a really good living. We made way too much money, but I was also very unguided and very anal retentive. Just another way of saying asshole. I was an asshole to a lot of just everybody because I felt like the world owed me for everything I'd went through. I had a chip on my shoulder and I felt like I was better than everybody, and I wasn't. And the world didn't owe me anything. Half the world didn't even know what was going on in those places. And it was a horrible experience. None I would wish on even my worst enemy. And when I wrote the book and when the book came out, as I was testifying my last time, I thought to myself that we're never going to get justice. No matter how much we fight, no matter how much we battle, there's just going to be stronger, richer people battling against us to keep the secrets of the rape, abuse, and disappearance of children over 60 years. This orphanage was open doing this stuff. And when I tried to fight people doing this stuff to kids and using kids as shields and weapons and cash flows, I went into it angry. It's the worst possible way to fight somebody. You can't fight somebody angry when you're trying to do something good, because your anger is going to cloud your mind and cloud your judgment and make it okay for you to move a line across that you wouldn't cross, a line, and move it because you're going to tell yourself it's okay because these people are doing this. It's okay, I can move it this way because these people are doing this. I can move the line even more. I could talk about these people's kids because they're doing it to these kids. And just from experience, I'm telling you, it doesn't work. And the battle from right and wrong becomes very blurred, and then the message becomes blurred, and then you become blurred. I am not a good person the way people think I am. I'm an asshole, and I've always been. I can't change that. But if I care about people, and I care about a lot of people on this platform, I'll ride that to the end. Ride that. What is it? Ride the dragon through the needle, or what? I forget what the terminology is. But like, I will do everything in my power to protect you. I will also give you advice based on my own experiences. What I did, what didn't work, what did work, and I'm still going to make mistakes. I am a fallible person. My anger will sometimes get the best of me. But with each thing and each mistake, I grow from it. And when I see people around here grow from change, grow from experience, grow from mistakes, it gives me hope that maybe setting these examples give people hope to do the same thing. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to screw up. I'm going to backpedal, like back to my old self sometimes. I don't know when it'll happen. Right now, I'm in a state of peace right now that allows me to clearly register my thoughts and understand the purpose behind why I advocate for kids and why I want kids to be protected. When you go through years of not being protected, years of abuse, and then you carry that burden for decades before you even get to tell your story, just to find these same people, different names, different organizations, but similar positions fighting against you. Like, I can't wrap my head around the Catholic Church or the lawyers or the Boys and Girls Club or the Boys Scouts or these other types of group homes fighting against or removing a statute of limitations against crimes committed against children. I can't wrap my head around that. So every year we go down here and we do this song and dance for a bunch of lawyers and a bunch of politicians. And we get older and older and older. One of the guys what was that guy, like 75 or 80 or something like that? One of the guys was like in his 70s or 80s. That's how long these people have gotten away with abusing children. So yeah, I take abusing children very seriously. Very seriously. And I believe it's the right fight. And every year, we go and we testify, do the song and dance, and we go through this shit.
Years ago. It's time for justice. No more hiding behind statute of limitations for institutions that want to house perpetrators. And they're everywhere. They're the schools, they're the Catholic Church, they're the Episcopal Church, they're Boy Scouts. They're everywhere. Don't kid yourself. This is going on all the time. And I know I'm preaching to the choir in this room, but it's time the institutions that house the perpetrators are included in this legislation, and it's time for the victims to receive the justice that they've been denied for so long. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairwoman. You distinguished yourself. Any questions for the sponsor? Okay, the first two witnesses I'd like to call, two dear people that I've gotten to know as a result of the many chapters of this saga. Dr. Hub Brennan and Dr. Ann Hagen Webb. LaPrade?
Come on up here, Phil.
Thank you. All right, so let's pause this for a moment. So the claim is that Angelo stole somebody else's story. One claim was Dog the Bounty Hunter's story, who also apparently grew up in an orphanage. And the other story was that I stole it from some guy in Woonsocket. If you look at this video here, that person up there is not Dog the Bounty Hunter, and it's not some random guy from Woonsocket. That's Angelo. That's me. Bit fatter and a big ass beard. But that's Angelo. That's me.
I just want to thank you, students from Hope High School, for coming. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Much appreciated your support for Jim Scanlon and all of the victims, and good luck. And survivors, call them survivors.
Okay.
Angelo,
Oh,
is the red light on?
it is on.
Good. You're on.
Good. I wrote this thing, and then I was listening to everybody talk, and I think it's better to just kind of remember. I grew up in an orphanage called St. Aloysius, for those unfamiliar. I went into state care at 2. I'm 49 today. I spent almost a decade. I hate the term being molested. I was raped. Men can get raped, just in case anybody wasn't aware. It's not an easy thing to admit to as a man, especially talking to other men. It's not easy to admit that your entire life was stolen from you as a child, your innocence, your ability to experience going outside with your friends and playing kickball or baseball. Because I grew up in an orphanage. Didn't get that. In the orphanage, part of your punishment, if you didn't do things that you were supposed to do with these pedophiles and predators, was you didn't get fed, or you didn't get to have clothing. This is in Rhode Island, folks. Rhode Island. I ran away at 7, told my social worker when I got picked up by the state police. Said, hey, these people are doing things. I didn't know what it was at 7 years old. I didn't know what it was called. Didn't have parents. I didn't have allies. And the people that I'm supposed to depend on to protect me weren't there. The orphanage was supposed to protect me. DCF was supposed to protect me. At that time, in those years, CASA was very small and very just getting started. None of those people were there for me. I didn't have that. So what does the state police do when they pick up a runaway? 7 years old, 8 years old. They take them back to the place they ran away from. I don't even know if I can say names. Father McIntyre was the priest I was taken back to. Hey, this guy says you did this stuff. He's just emotionally disturbed. The child doesn't want to be here. To the left of St. Aloysius is a wood line. Down that wood line is an old abandoned well. Father McIntyre's kid took me to that well when the police brought me back and said that that's where I could disappear. 7, 8 years old. Of course I'm going to believe. Well, what the hell am I going to do in a well? I'm going to die. 49 years old. I've never seen one day of justice. I've never had one person outside of a law firm contact me out of the blue one time, ask me what I wanted. And there's going to be arguers who say that this law is not a good idea. This is not a good idea. What's the end game? The end game, ladies and gentlemen, as parents, my son is back there, my wife is back there, is to make it impossible and downright scary to take advantage of children. And you do that by making it the worst possible punishment you can face. I wouldn't care if Father McIntyre was still alive and 99 years old. I want to see him in prison. That seems cruel. I was in prison. Not that kind of prison. I was in prison of people protecting me, but abusing me. And I never had justice. And these people sit online now. They threatened to call one of my representatives here to try to intimidate me from speaking my truth. We have a chance to make a statement for everybody, for every victim that may come, because it's not going to stop with us, survivors, but it's certainly going to stop with us warriors, because we're going to fight until the day we draw our last breath to ensure that these people face justice, and those people that think of doing it afterwards think twice. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelo, and thank you for coming so far from home to have your voice heard. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. That wasn't easy to do year after year. It's still not easy as a 50-year-old to tell people that I was sexually abused as a child. And that's what predators count on. They count on you being ashamed. They count on you being emotionally destroyed so that they can continue to be the predators that they are. And these people, the new battleground is online. Make no mistake. That's where these people hide. That's why they want to devalue that testimony. They want to devalue that story. They want to devalue that book because it takes away a power from them to be online predators. They want to protect each other. They want to continue to be online predators. They want to get away with it. They get off on the power. If you listen closely to these predators and the glee in their voice to devalue somebody that's been sexually abused, that should tell you everything you ever need to know about them. Now, my wife of 28 years, 29 years, we were together for a good, how many years, hon, before I even told you this story? At least 7 or 8.
Like, really talk about it?
Yeah.
Talk about it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe a decade,
20 something.
20 years, 2 decades. And you know who started fighting for me? Immediately after her, she told me I need to do something about it. She told me I needed to fight about it. Told me I needed to write about it. So I did. But in this day and age, you can't put somebody's name in a book if you don't have ironclad proof. Meaning, in a court of law, you won. So their names have to be changed to protect them. To this day, the dead motherfucker that raped me, who died of COVID in Florida after his house got raided. So you guys heard the testimony. You didn't hear what led up to that, did you? Out of the blue, I got contacted by a law firm, right? A law firm that took up the case of almost 477 of us. And with my testimony and the testimony of 2 other people, the other guy being from Woonsocket, that guy is a real person, by the way. That guy was there. He testified. We were able to get a search warrant on Father McIntyre's house from the state police and I guess the courts. And they raided his house. But prior to them raiding his house, what did he do, hon? He fled to Florida because it's hard to extradite people out of Florida. So he fled to Florida. Got COVID and died. But you know what they found in Father McIntyre's house, folks? I hope you're all sitting down. They found old movies. old movies of us. And Angelo had to watch 7-year-old Angelo being raped and being taken advantage of by a grown-ass man that's supposed to be about God and supposed to be protecting us, and identify who I was in that video. So yes, that story is mine. And it hurt. And you know what the church offered me when that damning evidence was presented to them? Because Angelo can't get justice because there was a statute of limitations preventing me from doing it. And let me tell you guys, the original statute of limitations was 7 years. Let that sink in for a moment. You had 7 years from the incident to file a claim. I don't know if you guys know how many 7-year-olds or 14-year-olds, 7 years, can remember enough of it and have a sound mind to want to take somebody to court. So I built a chip on my shoulder. I hated everything. I hated everyone. I trusted nothing. And people in suits made me nauseous. Did my testimony. It was like several pages long. And it was vivid memories. So vivid that the state police interviewed me a second time to see if the story changed. Did the story change, my dear?
No.
No. Story did not change. It was exactly the same. Describing the paint on the wall, the smell in the room, where certain objects were in the vestibule, what the priest's home looked like, what objects he had in his home, what the couch looked like, what the TV looked like. It was a weird TV that had 3 weird light globes that sat in front of it that you would unfold and it would project onto the TV and create colors. Guess what that was? That was in the video, folks, that I hadn't seen yet. So how can a 50-year-old, well, I wasn't 50 then, how can a man describe things from when he was 7 years old in a video he hadn't seen yet to match what the state police found in the videos? The only way that that could happen is if that person was in that room at that time. That's not rocket science. I know you're looking at me because you're thinking I'm going to get upset, and I'm trying not to, hon. I promise. I'm going to keep my cool. That's what that book is about. That book isn't about outing those people, not even in the slightest, as much as it does out them in a way because I had to change names. But this is about giving strength to other victims who may find that book and read it. And we've given thousands of copies away to agencies to read, to train their people, because no 2 sexual assault victims are going to react the same. Every single one of us is different. I came out mean, hardened, spiteful, resentful, and untrusting. And you know what else it did? And I'm not afraid to say these things because it needs to be said. When my wife would hug me or touch me or kiss me, she knew I loved her. But there was a general reaction to it. And it wasn't a good reaction. It was a painful one. I was hurting, not physically, just emotionally. Like I didn't deserve to be touched and loved in that way. I was a dirty, broken 7-year-old boy, even as a man. And that's why I get so angry when people target children in a way that to me is predatory in nature. Not always sexual, by the way, but predatory 100%. Sometimes sexual. When grown men are comparing genitals of children to adults, I think that should be a red flag. People should look at that and go, maybe we shouldn't deal with this person. I felt like I didn't deserve love because I must have done something bad. I must have been a bad seed. That was another term that used to, incorrigible. There was another word they love to use. The nuns. They love to use the word incorrigible, the nuns. They like to hit you. They like to hit you there. And they like to use food as a motivation. To this day, and my wife will attest, I eat extremely fast because I'm afraid somebody's going to take my food. I'm 50 years old and I still get scared that somebody's going to take my food away and punish me. Like, I have never gotten closure. I'm not over this. I'm not ashamed to say that. I should be over this. Like, I won, right? Did I win? Did I survived? I don't know if that's winning. We got the law to pass in Congress, but it's still going to go through Senate, where it's going to meet even more resistance from very rich religious organizations because they don't want to be held responsible. So, I mean, what did I win? And that's how I went through life. And then I look at my son, and I look at my daughter, and I look at my other son, and I look at my wife, and I look at our homes, and I look at our jobs, and I look at the life that and the people that we've helped, and then I remember that I have to stop thinking of winning as in I gained something from it. Like, I get a prize. I already had my prize. I just never knew it. I never realized the blessings that I got from God. And trust me, folks, I've had my fight with God. Oh, did I have? He takes. Oh, give me a second here. He takes people who are needed in this world away from us. And I get very angry because I'm selfish, because I want them here with me, because they meant something to me. And that is, Christ, people are going to fucking clip this and make fun of me, but that's okay. It is so hard to give up being selfish so that somebody can be happy in the kingdom of heaven. And that is selfish of me because I miss them and I love them. And each person has helped me be a better person in some small way. From my wife's previous father-in-law to our lost child that we lost, to my son who was said that he wouldn't live past 12, to Kit Kat, to Judge Jenny, to people that weren't even my friends originally. They were enemies. And it's because God puts people in our lives when we need them. And then when we no longer need them, they're called to go elsewhere. And I just... Sometimes faith is all we have to try to make sense of this crazy world we live in. When my stuff with Ernie and my stuff with Karen and like all these things that have happened, and then losing all these people I love, he's just not that important enough to keep battling online for me. Just, you know, do something different and put the money somewhere better and hope that somebody better than me can close this. Because for me, he's not worth it. He's not. He's not worth me being angry at. He's not worth me hating. It's just too much energy. And I have so many better things and better people that I could be helping than I could be dealing with him. So putting up that reward was my way of just saying, let somebody else do it. I will gladly pay to see that man answer for justice so that we don't have other kids 50 years from now or other families 20 years from now sitting here talking about how we should have done something different. I'm tired of losing good people and watching bad people continue to live their lives like they're untouchable. And I'm tired of letting my anger dictate over my logic and over the resources that I know I have instead. So, what is my prize? Nancy, Andrew, Nathan, Victoria, my grandchildren. The fact that I didn't become a statistic like so many other victims have. They've gone on to become predators. They've gone on to become prisoners. They've gone on to become felons because they never found a way of dealing with their pain. They use drugs and alcohol as an answer. Crime. I don't want to be that person. So I did something different and I joined the military instead. And that time in the service, serving something so much bigger than me, boy, did that give me perspective. And then I got hit with my son, not living past 12, with a disease that nobody understood. So I thought ending my life was a better choice. Give my wife something to take care of the family. I thought I was the burden. I thought I was, because I didn't have the capacity to do the things that she did. The hugging, the kissing, the loving, and telling them how much, all that. I didn't know how to do that stuff. There's so many times this woman should have left me because of how distant. Now, one thing I'll tell you I never did, and she'll tell you, never once abused her, never once abused our kids, never once hit our kids, hit her, nothing. I knew there was a chain that had to be broken, and that was one of them. That chain, I could not be what other people were before me. That much I knew. I had to become a champion, a warrior. I had to become an advocate. I had to cut off all emotion and just be analytical. And over those years, here we are today. She has been compassionate, patient, loving. She is my friend. She is my love. She is my spouse. She is my sister in Christ. She has blessed me with some amazing children, which in turn have blessed us with amazing grandchildren. And then I started taking the poems that I've been writing for years and turning them into songs. Once I discovered AI through, actually, mostly Mr. Nobody and then some guy over in the Circus Society chat called Stitches Malone. Once I found Suno and started putting my stuff into Suno and realizing I could assign it instruments and songs and singers, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. So yeah, I mean, it's mostly AI with the exception of the lyrics. But it's mine. It's still mine. And it gives me a place to express myself. When I get mad, when I get angry, I'm going to write it down. Turn it into a song or a parody or something. I don't care. Andrew is 26 years old now. He beat the odds. He beat the odds because he has one of the fiercest warriors I've ever had the pleasure of calling my wife, Nancy, who researches everything, questions everything, doesn't take an answer from just a doctor as gold. She looks into it, she researches it. And while many of our friends that we met along the way have lost the battle, we continue on. And we share that information in our advocacy groups, in our support groups, because every battle we fought is one less battle the next family has to fight. And that's how we should be treating this platform. Every experience we have that we grow from, that we become better with, we do that and we display it and we shine with it so that the people behind us can learn from it and learn what is and is not working. The goal of a chaos agent is to take you from your zone and put you in theirs. They cannot fight you on your battleground, so they have to bring you to theirs. And the joy of being on our battleground is we don't need somebody there to fight them. We can just fight it. You fight it with facts, with truth, and with sincerity. They want you to be different than who you are. And they do that because they are ashamed of who they are. And by lowering yourself to their level and their battleground, you give them power to succeed in whatever it is that they're trying to do. I'm not interested in that. So our family will continue to do what we're blessed to do, and that is to help families, to advocate, and to use what resources we have to the best of our abilities to do the most good. And now this little pedestal is going off. I'm going to put the music back on. I appreciate you guys. This is probably the most honest thing you've ever heard from me. I care about people. I do. Even people that shouldn't, for some reason, as many would think, shouldn't be cared about. But the fact is I do. I care about people. I don't want to see people dying. I don't want to see people getting harmed. But it doesn't mean I don't believe in justice and what's right. I believe we're owed justice. We haven't gotten it. But we're not going to get justice if we're willing to become unjust ourselves. No, we're going to return to the music. I'm sorry if this offended anybody. It wasn't my intention. It's just, there's just so many more important things out there, folks. Really, there are just better things and better people out there that we could be dealing with. So much love. Let's go back to the music.
With a furious spark, two sides clashing in every man's chest. Neither the worst, neither the best. One day the war will find its release. Saints and sinners will both taste peace. But until that day, the drums will beat. This endless cycle, stuck on repeat. We're stuck on repeat. The cycle turns. Saints and sinners. The fire still burns. War for the soul. For the heart, for the street. Right. we're stuck on repeat.
Stuck on repeat.
Round and round, the cycle we meet. Saints and sinners stuck on repeat.
Ooh.
When the road is rough and shadows fall, will you stand up tall or not stand at all? We all choose a line in life each day to help to heal or walk away. There's a moment we all face, a crossroads in disguise. Will you turn your back or look someone in the eyes? You never know the pain that others bear, but a smile, a hand, a hug says you care.
Some line up just to judge and talk, others gossip while the hurting walk. But there's a better way to live and grow, where love is action and kindness shows.
Which line are you in for life today? To criticize, to gossip, or to guide the way? Are you helping, encouraging, or standing tall? Be the one who answers every call. And finding the next step, together we rise, with hearts wide open and hopeful eyes.
Check on your neighbor, reach out your hand. Together we can help each soul stand. There's strength in the love that we share, a whole community that truly cares.
For every child facing pain unknown, we build a path and not alone. We bring support both strong and true, financial, emotional, whatever they need to. Which line are you in for life today? To criticize, to gossip, or to guide the way? Are you helping, encouraging, or standing tall? Be the one who answers every call. If finding the next step, together we rise, with hearts wide open and hopeful eyes. One thought at a time when life's unclear. One task, one step to push past the fear. One day at a time, that's how we win. The journey begins from deep within.
Christy walks with grace and fire, lifting others, building higher. In every tear, in every smile, she finds the next step, mile by mile.
Which line are you in for life today? To criticize, to gossip, or to guide the way? Are you helping, encouraging, or standing tall? Be the one who answers every call. And finding the next step, together we rise, with hearts wide open and hope. faithful eyes. When you can be anything in this world, be kind. The smallest spark can realign. The future's built on love we share. So pick the line that shows you care. The days feel longer, the nights are cold. The silence speaks of stories untold, a father's wisdom, a mother's care, a daughter's laughter that filled the air. No matter the years or the pain we bear, your spirit lives on in the love we share. Save a spot in heaven, wait for me there. We'll laugh, we'll cry, and stories we'll share. Though time may part us and tears may fall, your memory echoes through it all in my heart. You'll always stay until we meet in heaven one day. A brother's strength, a son's bright light, a wife's warm smile that made things right. The backbone of life, the roots so deep. Now a memory's flame that I'll always keep. Through every tear and every prayer, I know you're waiting for me there. The years roll by, but the love stays near. I carry your voice in all I hold dear. A part of me left when you had to go, but your spirit's the light that helps me grow. So I walk this road with faith and grace until I can see your smiling face. When my journey ends and the sky turns gold, I'll take your hand and we'll both behold the laughter, the tears, the dreams we'll renew. A promise of forever, just me and you. Save a spot in heaven, my friend, so deep. Eternity's waiting, I'll see you there. Save a spot in heaven, wait for me there. We'll laugh, we'll cry, and stories we'll share. Though time may part us and tears may fall, your memory echoes through it all in my heart. You'll always stay until we meet in heaven one day. When the clouds finally break and the silence rolls in, you can feel it in the air the moment heaven steps in. The storm was raging wild, darkness heavy on the land. But then the sky grew quiet, like it knew the master's hand. The wind bowed low in reverence. The rain ceased its endless fall. And I felt the angels gather, answering the Father's call. When the rain is told to stop, when the lightning fades away, when the thunder holds its clap, and the night turns into day, I can feel the angels near me. In the stillness they surround, whispering peace to my spirit on this holy sacred ground. A hush fell on creation, like the world was holding prayer, and every drop that lingered felt like grace was in the air. My heart began to tremble, but not from fear or dread, for in that calm I realized heaven's messengers had spread. When the rain is told to stop, when the lightning fades away, when the thunder holds its clap, and the night turns into day, I can feel the angels near me. In the stillness they surround, whispering peace to my spirit on this holy sacred ground. The ground still wet beneath me, but my soul felt dry and warm. No shadow could overtake me, no echo of the storm. They stood like shining soldiers in a battle ready won, guarding me with unseen hands till the morning light had come. The air was thick with promise, like a page had just been turned. All the pain that I'd been carrying had finally been burned. The sky wore robes of silver, and the clouds began to part. I knew the angels lingered still, protecting my fragile heart. When the rain is told to stop, when the lightning fades away, when the thunder holds its clap, and the night turns into day, I can feel the angels near me. In the stillness they surround, whispering peace to my spirit on this holy sacred ground. I close my eyes and listen for their footsteps on the breeze. The songs they sang in harmony brought my restless soul to ease. The earth stood still beneath them, like it knew they'd come to stay, till my fear was gone completely and my heart could walk by faith.
Now when storms begin to gather and the sky grows dark with strife, I remember that still moment when the angels filled my life. For even in the lightning, even in the roaring deep, the one who calls the storm to cease still commands my soul to keep.
In the stillness they surround, whispering peace to my spirit.
On this holy sacred ground.
And when heaven holds its breath, I can hear the Father say, peace be still, my child.
The storm has passed away.
What happens when love touches a forgotten heart? A spark in the dark, a long lost part. How can we be reminded of our holy start when we're just drifting through the silence of the stars?
A whisper soft as midnight rain falls on the soul once numb with pain. It only takes a touch so true to bring the light back into view.
What can we do when we lose our way? When dreams feel like actors in a tragic play, we reach for hands through time and space, hoping to feel one warm embrace. These are not the tears of pain, just seconds falling like gentle rain. Each one a step on the road we're on to where your soul has never gone. This is not the end, just then a breath, a pause until I see you again. Accents and colors blur and sway as minds and hearts are led away, but the eyes still see the truth so clear. Love never leaves, it lingers near.
What can be done to make it start, to wake the soul, to heal the heart? We sing, we pray, we light the flame and dare to love in loss's name.
These are not the tears of pain, just seconds falling like gentle rain. Each one a step on the road we're on to where your soul is never gone. This is not the end, just then a breath, a pause until I see you again. The shadows dance, the days roll past, but memories are made to last.
They whisper soft, they hum like hymns, and carry us on hopeful winds. So when it's time to say goodbye and silence floods the sky so high, know this heart will never break. It only waits for heaven's sake. These are not the tears of pain, just seconds falling like gentle rain. Each one a step on the road we're on to where your soul has never gone. This is not the end, just then, a breath, a pause, until I see you again. What happens when love touches a forgotten heart? It brings the light to where we are. The journey ends where it first began, and I'll be waiting until I see you again.
You can be a kind heart, shining light in the dark. Angel of goodness, you're a friend to all. With a spirit so tall, you never let them fall. You stand in the Hall of Fame, and the world will know your name. 'Cause you bring love and care for every soul in despair. You're an angel of goodness, in God's grace you always bless. Protector of kids with a gentle touch. Believing in God, you mean so much. Always lending an ear with a kind word. Your love and faith in every heart there stirred. You stand in the Hall of Fame, and the world will know your name. 'Cause you bring love and care for every soul in despair. You're an angel of goodness, in God's grace you always bless. Protector and warm, your heart so pure. In every moment your love is sure. To those of spirit and good cheer, you bring joy, you wipe away the tear. You stand in the Hall of Fame, and the world will know your name. 'Cause you bring love and care for every soul in despair. You're an angel of goodness, in God's grace you always bless. With every word you spread the light. In every soul you ignite the fight. For hope and love you lead the way. Angel of goodness, you brighten the day. You stand in the Hall of Fame, and the world will know your name. 'Cause you bring love and care for every soul in despair. You're an angel of goodness, in God's grace you always bless. Your kindness flows like a river strong. In every heart you place a song. With God's love you heal and mend. Angel of goodness, our true friend.
I've given pieces of me I can't get back. Build bridges for some who only burn them down. But through it all, I found out who's real. I poured my heart into empty hands, hoping one day they'd understand that friendship's more than what you take. It's the love you give, the time you make. The ones who stay, they're my goal. Through the storms and the nights so cold. Not the ones who came for what I could do, but the ones who stood when the sky turned blue. I won't trade my soul to keep the rest. I'll stand with the few who know me best. Some call me brother, some call me friend, but their kindness always had an end. They loved the light but ran from the rain. They took the joy but left the pain. The ones who stayed, they're my gold. Through the storms and the nights so cold. Not the ones who came for what I could do, but the ones who stood when the sky turned blue. I won't trade my soul to keep the rest. I'll stand with the few who know me best. I've learned it's fine to be selfish sometimes, to guard my heart, to draw my lines. I won't compromise who I am inside, just to keep a seat for someone who lied. Some people only see your worth by the weight you carry, the things you birth. But real friends see the soul, the fight. They hold you close when the world turns night. The ones who stay, they're my goal. Through the storms and the nights so cold. Not the ones who came for what I could do, but the ones who stood when the sky turned blue. I won't trade my soul to keep the rest. I'll stand with the few who know me best. Years have passed and faces fade. The truth shines brighter than the games they played. And I wouldn't trade one step I took for the ones still here. They're my open book. So here's to the journey, the tears, the miles, the lessons learned through the broken smiles. I'm richer now than I've ever been, 'cause I know who's family, who's just the way. The ones who stay, they're my gold. Through the storms and the nights so cold. Not the ones who came for what I when the sky turns blue, I won't trade my soul to keep the rest. I'll stand with the few who know me best. No, I won't bend just to make them stay. The ones who matter never walk away. Some came and went, but the ones who stayed, they built me. I've walked through shadows, I've carried pain, I've seen the storms, I've stood in the rain. But even in darkness, I heard his call. The King is coming, he carried it all.
They tried to break me, but I would not fall. Through nights of silence, I heard his voice call. Every wound I carry, he turns into light. The King is coming, he's ending the night.
The King is coming, I can see his face. Every tear is falling into endless grace. From the ashes rising, I will stand and sing. This is my story, the King is coming. I've been the broken, the lost and the scarred, but he took my weakness and made me his star. Chains that once bound me are shattered and gone. The King is coming, his victory's won. The King is coming, I can see his face. Every tear is falling into endless grace. From the ashes rising, I will stand and sing. This is my story, the King is coming. Day 41 came, the rain had to cease. My desert became a river of peace. Every battle fought, every trial endured. The King is coming, my future secured. The King is coming, I can see his face. Every tear is falling into endless grace. From the ashes rising, I will stand and sing. This is my story, the King is coming. The King is coming, I can see his face. Every tear is falling into endless grace. From the ashes rising, I will stand and sing. This is my story, the King is coming. I was lost, but now I'm found on holy ground. I was just a child, too small to understand. When you let go of my tiny hand, the snow was falling, cold and gray. You never turned as I was led away. The building loomed like a ghost in the sky, 50 feet tall, where dreams go to die. They gave me a bed, but I never lay alone in the dark. I'd cry and pray. The scent in the air was nothing like home. Each breath a reminder I was truly alone. They told us it was food, said God was near, but each of us learned the taste of fear. We were just children, broken but brave, buried in silence, taught to behave. But we remember every lie and cry, the pain they caused, the truth they deny. Yet here we are, still alive. We survived. Some faces were kind, but far too few. Most just watched what they shouldn't do. Defenseless and shattered, no place to run. Our innocence gone before life had begun. They twisted the word of God in their hands, turned faith into fear with cruel demands. Rarely we begged, but often were beat. And when fists flew, the vultures would retreat. We were just children, broken but brave, buried in silence, taught to behave. But we remember every lie and cry, the pain they caused, the truth they deny. Yet here we are, still alive. We survived. They called it glory, said it taught us right. Just shadows dancing in a stolen night. Hundreds live this horrendous disguise. Only some found the strength to rise. Now decades later, the wounds still bare. We write, we speak, we show we care for the child within who never got to say, I made it out, I found my way. We were just children, broken but brave, buried taught to behave, but we remember every lie and cry, the pain they caused, the truth they deny. Yet here we are, still alive. We survived. Every tale seeks a happy end. Ours is still waiting round the bend. But justice is coming, slow and wide, and the world will know we survived. Dear Mr. God, I don't always have the right words, but I know you've been there in every tear I've cried, in every battle I survived. This is my letter to you, from a heart still learning how to heal. I was just a boy with scars no one could see, praying for a light that might come rescue me. The nights were long, the silence loud, but somehow you found me through the crowd. I didn't understand the pain I bore, but maybe that's what faith is for. Dear Mr. God, I hope you hear this broken voice, these silent tears. Through all I've lost, through all I've done, you held me close when I tried to run. This life's been hard, but you never let go. Dear Mr. God, I just thought you should know. I wore a uniform, I stood so tall, but even warriors sometimes fall. I've seen the cost, I felt the weight, and still I chose to carry grace. They called me strong, but you saw through to the little boy still talking to you. Dear Mr. God, I hope you hear this broken voice, these silent tears. Through all I've lost, through all I've done, you held me close when I tried to run. This life's been hard, but you never let go. Dear Mr. God, I just thought you should know. Then came a child, my saving light. His first cry healed my endless night. I held him close and saw your face, right there in that sacred space. He gave me reason, gave me peace, a second chance, a sweet release. Now I'm a father with stories to tell, of walking through heaven and pieces of hell. I write these words with calloused hands, still learning how to trust your plans. And though I stumble, though I bleed, you've always given more than I need. Dear Mr. God, I hope you hear this broken tears. Through all I've lost, through all I've done, you held me close when I tried to run. This life's been hard, but you never let go. Dear Mr. God, I just thought you should know. I've lost some friends, I've buried my pride, but your mercy never left my side. You gave me words when I had none. You gave me peace I thought was gone. I write this now with tear-stained pen. Thank you, Lord, again and again. And when my time on earth is through, I'll leave these letters here with you. Let my child find strength in these lines. Let him know his soul was by design. And if he wonders if he's enough, tell him he's made from my prayer and your love. Dear Mr. God, I know you hear every whispered doubt and every fear. Through all I've lost, through all I've done, you held me close when I tried to run. Your love's the thread that pulled me through slow. Dear Mr. God, I just thought you should know. Dear Mr. God, you turned my pain into purpose and my wounds into wings. Forever yours, your son with a pen and a prayer.